No, we don't have any CryptoSpot ETFs approved yet, and the crypto markets seem to be suffering, which makes sense because there's all this hype built up about all of these CryptoSpot ETFs, but none of them are getting approved. And a lot of us are hopeful that we'll see big CryptoSpot ETFs get approved Q4 of 2025, primarily the utility projects, the good ones, XRP, HBAR, Chainlink, Avalanche, Litecoin, Solana, and many, many more. And traditional finance is really excited about these. And hearing that traditional finance is excited primarily about XRP spot ETFs tells me all I need to know is that money should be flowing in. Again, we've talked heavily about different ETF analysts anticipating about $8 billion per each crypto spot ETF flooding into liquidity. But Canary Capital CEO says that XRP ETF can do $5 billion in the first month and will outperform Ethereum from pure financial services. And this was taken from the Paul Barron Network. The guy from Canary Capital, he came on and he said, hey, we are all about American-made crypto ETFs. Ethereum spot ETF is doing incredibly, incredibly well. And just last week, crypto inflows hit 2.48 billion as Ethereum continues to outpace Bitcoin. Ethereum led with 1.4 billion in weekly inflows, outperforming Bitcoin's 748 million. Ethereum had 3.95 billion inflows in August, while Bitcoin saw 301 million in outflows. And Ethereum captured 26% year-to-date assets under management inflows versus Bitcoin 11%. Total crypto assets under management fell 10% to 219 billion. The reason why I'm talking about Ethereum, especially in regards to an XRP spot ETF once it gets approved, is because I just want you guys to understand where the gentleman from Canary Capital is getting his information from and why he's so bullish on the XRP spot ETF. Love or hate XRP, it's one of the most popular cryptos in the world outside of Bitcoin. And retail is very, very excited to get their hands on these products, and traditional finance too. And the XRP spot ETFs add a vehicle for that. And the other crypto spot ETFs as well. And he also says that the XRP, well, not the XRP, that XRP is the most popular token on Wall Street after Bitcoin. And I personally think this is true, not necessarily for Wall Street, but more so for retail. It is a massively popular coin. Everybody loves it. He does go on to say that he does expect the XRP ETFs to outperform Ethereum, Bitcoin ETFs in terms of demand and utility. I think there's always going to be demand for Bitcoin and Ethereum just as long as it sustains as Wall Street's token, but XRP's ecosystem is coming in hot. And I'm curious to see how that is going to incorporate DeFi capabilities like Ethereum, because again, Ethereum was created for DeFi. Either way, I hold both Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin, and a lot of these other utility coins that I know will eventually become crypto spot ETFs, because I like to diversify and I like to hedge. But back to my kind of thought process on XRP spot ETF competing with the Ethereum spot ETF as far as utility goes. It looks like Amplify filed for XRP option income ETF as proposals for altcoin-based funds piled up. This is from the block. So Amplify Invest filed for XRP monthly option income ETF. This is a fund that generates income by using option strategies like covered calls or cash secured puts on a portfolio of stocks or crypto. The ETF is going to balance high income and capital appreciation using covered call strategy on XRP. The firm manages 12.6 billion in assets across ETF. So this to me is more of a TradFi utility. But again, I'm really curious to see how crypto is going to get incorporated in all this. But anyways, thank you for watching. Make sure you smash the like and drop me a comment because I read them all. Bye-bye.